Hey, can you come to cook for me today? I have a big assignment, so I don't have time for cooking.
What? I am your sister-in-law, not your maid.
You think I am really consider you as my sister. You're such an huge idiot, Natty. Do you even have any neurons in your brain?
Lily, why you send me all this insults? What's wrong with you? Are you drunk or something? I know you don't like me, but not that kind of person who can talk that things.
Oh, if you know what, come to my home and do housework for me. I guess that you have at least a couple of remaining brain cells. I was a little worried that you are too dumb to understand what I say. So if you understand my saying, please come to my home before I died of starvation.
What unreasonable are you? Tell me why I have to help you with housework like a maid?
Because you are housewife of our family, even our big family. So my work is also what you have to do. Are you understand it clearly? If you don't, you're really an idiot. You know what, we start losing brain cells as we age. You might run out of pretty soon at this rate. Then I will told my brother and mom to kick you out of my house. 'Cause you won't have any value to us that time. So do housework for me is the solely way to help you stay at our house.
Haha. How hilarious are you? I think you should become a comedy actress. It's really crack me up. Working for the office is a kind of waste your talent. Normal people can never say the kind of words that you have just told me. If you want me to look up to you, please think about what you'll text me before you actually going through with it.
You're so arrogant towards me. Where did you even learn to say all of that back to me? You didn't even graduate high school. I thought that you were too dumb to even string together a full sentence. Stop trying to pretend that you're actually smart. It's just embarrassing watching you pretend like that.
Hayes. I never did anything to you. It's just a waste of my time if I keep on replying back to you.
But I have another important things to talk to you. That's I am going to be announcing the fact that I got engaged. Our big family, also contain our relative, decided to gather for dinner today. I want you to come as well.
That's a little sudden, right?
You definitely need to come. I'm not going to accept no as an answer. You need to help me with cooking and cleaning after the meeting. I will become a housewife like you after I married. And I'm never going to have to work ever again in my life. You know what? I married a very rich man that he coincide with me he want to have a wife which can do anything at home. And he will give me a lot of money.
What? I have never heard about him.
Yes, of course. We have just dated for 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Are you serious, Lily? You can't marry a man who you have just met.
Who care? What I care about is his family and his money. We decided to celebrate our wedding and no one can change that. I announced to you, not asked you for giving me the advice. I guess my life is going to be completely different to a loser like you. What a pity. You're going to continue working for the foreseeable future. You're so unlucky. You must be so jealous of me.
What? I'm really not. Why did you think that I would be jealous?
My finance has an amazing job at a very prestigious company. His salary is also really great. On top of that, he's really good looking. He's the kind of guy a high school dropout like you will never be able to get.
If it's your determine, I guess I will congratulations for that.
My family will take our reputation back soon. Thank to me.
What are you talking about? What reputation? What do you even mean by that?
You can see it clearly. My silly brother married a school dropout like you. It was really embarrassing for the rest of us to have welcomed someone like you into our family.
No members in our family even think that, excepted you, Lily. On my hush band has a Biff love and tolerant. Not like you. Your personality is too bad that I can understand for you. Although I am a person who will follow the altruism. But I still wish you happy with your choice. I will come and help you at your engagement because you're still my sister-in-law. I will help you because I love Mom and my husband. I don't want them to see us act like stranger.
Wise choice, pretty. I think you are quite intelligent that you agree to do all thing like a maid for me.
Stop talking nonsense before I change my decision. I have so much works to do, so don't bother me anymore.
Okay, maid.
Goodbye.
Hey, Natty. I'm surprised because you managed to stay right till the end of our engagement. And thank you for doing all the preparing task at your best. I'm really appreciate it.
Is that you, Lily? I'm so surprised when you can sound that beautiful words. Not like before. Is that because of you have a husband and you realize yourself throughout?
Not all of that. But I know that you are not fully worthless like I have thought before. Actually, my husband forced me to tell this to you. If not, he won't give me any money.
Haha, but it still cracked me up.
I can't believe that you didn't do as I told you to. I told that when you finished cooking, you should go home to get rid of the embarrass for my family. But you was there. Just how stubborn are you? Or was it because you didn't understand what I was telling you?
What are you talking about? I didn't feel like there was any reason for me to be embarrassed about anything.
You didn't remember that you dropped out of school. You're damaging our reputation just by being married to my brother.
Actually, I'm not as big of an embarrassment when compared to you. Mom and my brother are going to cut all ties with you. They don't want to keep on being family member with an embarrassment like you. My husband said your wedding may be the last time they visited you. You know nothing about the love and respect for you relatives. All you care about is money and reputation. Mom is really disappointed about the daughter like you. You didn't respect and care about anyone. If you didn't fix it, your husband would realize that and get away from you as soon as possible.
I don't have any idea why you decided to make up lie like that. Maybe they were saying about you, loser.
Haha, you should ask Mother or try to call her. If you didn't accept your mistake and change, no one would welcome you.
I don't believe you. I think that you just misheard them. And I am not going to forgive you for this. You're such an embarrassment to this family. A month later. Natty, are you there? Answer me. Now.
What are you going to talk?
There's one truth that I can't accept. You're the shareholder of my husband company. With 70% the shares? There's no way that's true.
Why can't you believe it? I'm actually the CEO of a fairly large company.
Stop saying all these lies to Mr. I'm not stupid enough to believe any of what you just told me. What's wrong with your brain?
I'm the one that should be saying that to you. You really should stop with that attitude. Are you sure that you want to be talking with me in this tone?
What? You're threatening me now?
I knew that your husband didn't give you any money after a time he lived with you. I and my husband tend to give you some money.
Yes, it's true. I have spending so much money recently, but my husband didn't pay for me anymore. I think I would receive your money. I won't be able to pay off my credit card if you don't send me the money.
You're going to have to figure out how to pay it off yourself. You should never spend more money than you earn anyway. Let this be a good financial lesson to you. Even children know this these days. I have no idea why you can't even understand something as simple as this.
You know I was off working when I got married. Now I'm not able to pay off my credit cards at this rate. That's going to put me in debt and I really don't want that.
You're older than me, sister. So let's pay the bill yourself.
Shut up. You have to give me the money to pay off my credit cards. Take responsibility to your action.
Responsibility? Why I have to take responsibility to you?
Because you're my sister-in-law and you have to pay for me.
There's no way I'm ever going to help you out with that attitude. You're not making any sense at all. You were the one that got yourself into this situation. You need to stop being so persistent. You're going to be even more hated if you keep going. You should be thankful about the fact that you were even receiving any pocket money. You're an adult already.
I can't believe that all these bad things are happening to me. And now I have to beg the loser like you to give me money. You even didn't enroll in the university.
Because I studied abroad, sis.
What? I didn't know about that.
Because you have never talked with me. You just insult me up to present. I graduated high school in Canada and then I went to the highest rated school in US. It's Harvard.
You graduated from Harvard? You're not telling me the truth, aren't you? I thought that you were an uneducated idiot.
Everything I just told you is completely true. My husband knew all of this and he's my coworker when I have just graduated.
Then I founded the company which imports a lot of goods. I won't get into details because your husband works in my company. You should care about his work and ask what him does. Don't just care about only money. And I think that he knew I am the CEO of his company, so he asked you to say thank with me. But you couldn't did that. Well, now you know. You really shouldn't be insulting not only my intelligence but also anyone else. It's because I didn't know about any of this.
You know what? A value of a human can't be evaluated by money and their social class.
It felt absolutely terrible. I can't believe that you could do this to me. This just proves how terrible of a human being you are. It really doesn't matter if you have a postgraduate degree.
I think it's clear who the terrible human being is. You should look back through the messages you've sent me to see how bad you are.
You need to stop mocking and looking down on me right now. I'm telling this to all of you. I'm going to make you regret it. Hey, loser, can you see that I am so happy now? My husband loved me and give me money again just because of some flattery.
Just continue to live like a parasite like that. And one day you will realize all I told you is the truth that you should follow.
The rest of Lily's family and relatives decided to cut ties with her completely. To let her know how hard to make money and how to respect everyone. She was kicked out of her husband's house because he revealed that all she'd done with him just because she needed money. She didn't love him. She had recently turned 30 years old, but STLL had no experience at all living by herself. She homeless, so she started working for a company that also provided housing for her. She has nothing to depend on anymore. She regret about not hearing everyone's advice.
Hey there, Louisa, I have something in mind I want to discuss with you. Do you currently have some free time?
Louisa, what do you need from me now? Right now, I'm a little busy. If you have anything to say to me, say it quickly.
First of this, as your manager, I don't think your behavior toward me is appropriate. Please be a bit more respectful to me. I also have a few more things I want to tell you.
I didn't feel the need to respect you since you are a pitiful management. You ought to quit acting so haughtily because you didn't even complete high school. Whether or not I have a high school diploma, I am still your boss.
You're Ben's younger sister, therefore that's the only reason I chose to hire you. You really need to step up and complete the task like everyone else does. If you fail to finish the task that was allocated to you, your coworkers must work twice as hard to fill in for you.
I am sorry, but I've got no idea what you are referring to. You're giving the impression that I only have my job here because of you.
That's the reality, though, isn't it? If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be here.
Despite the fact that you may have been the one to introduce me to this business, my talents were what got me employed. The business should be happy to have me here. You should be appreciative that I choose to work for you.
Although I recognize that your optimism is unmatched, you occasionally need to face reality. Your behavior at work has drawn a lot of criticism.
What do you really mean? I've had people whining about me? What went wrong with me? What is it that you, a high school dropout, have to complain about?
I always tell you this, but it doesn't matter because if we perform well at work, we get promoted. No matter if you attended a private institution or a secondary school, you may apply. I'm your sister-in-law, and I'm giving you some kind advice right now. I'll have to take some managerial action if your attitude doesn't change. Would you kindly do your best to change how you act at work?
What even does that mean? I don't understand it at all.
You take too many vacation days from work. In comparison to everyone else, you two eat lunch for a very long time. I've heard that you also attempt to test other employees. You occasionally slip out early from work as well. Do you really want me to go through the complete list of the other complaints?
I suppose all of my coworkers are excessively envious of me. They simply criticize me because they want to hurt me. I guess it's because I'm so young, attractive, and successful. The only ones complaining are the company's elderly women, right? Grandmas like you only have envy for me.
Despite what you may think, I am only 2 years older than you.
2 years is a significant gap. After all, I'm still in my 20s.
Next month, you'll turn 30 years old.
You should keep your mouth shut because you only graduated from high school.
Please refrain from calling me that as well.
It's the truth, so why should I stop? Actually, I have degrees from both a university and a high school. I can't take having someone give me commands who hasn't even finished high school. You definitely need to start helping me out a bit more if you don't want me to stop working.
You are aware that you have no right to address me in such manner. You're going to get into a lot of problems at this pace, so I'm telling you all of this out of kindness and desire to assist you. I won't have to report you to the company's upper management if you start changing your attitude.
I find it hard to think you have compassion for me. How can you be so haughty? Exactly who do you believe you are? You should be glad that I chose to work for you guys as a successful lady. Understand what I'm saying?
I apologize, but I'm not sure what you're trying to communicate. In either case, I need you to make an effort to change your mindset going forward. If things keeps going on like way, I won't be able to cover for you.
I don't intend to be on your side at all. I'm going to leave the foolish company if you whine to me one more time. Make sure to stop whining if you don't want me to go.
Hello, Edric. I'm not sure I can take care of Nellie much longer.
What's the problem? Is this related to the discussion we had yesterday, Louisa?
Yes, it is the topic. Every day, she says more and more offensive things to me. Additionally, she treats her fellow coworkers with complete disrespect and looks down on them. I'm not sure how I'll continue to stand in for her.
You're no longer required to stand in for her. You may leave her behind, and she should receive the justice she merits.
Are you certain that's all right in reality? After all, she is your younger sister.
She truly does need to learn some things, but it's acceptable. She treats our parents and me in the same manner as she is currently treating you. I believe she's had enough of us all. Despite being near 30 years old, she couldn't even get a job. We have to beg you to grant her a job because of this. She should probably soon confront reality, in my opinion. You're not required to consider her as a family any longer.
It sounds like you two are having trouble with her as well. Then, I'll attempt to warn her one final time. If she doesn't pay attention, I'll report her to the company's management.
That does indeed sound like an excellent idea. Certainly do that. Recently, my dad and I discussed the possibility of severing all relations with her. We believe that because she has so many people to rely on, she would never change.
Yes, it could be the best option for her as well. After all, she needs to face the truth of her predicament. Then I'll go ahead and inform the superiors of her behavior. She might be able to take this as a chance to change how she feels.
I truly apologize for giving you all of this hassle. She can be disciplined and treated just like any other employee. She has probably done a lot of things that are improper for her place of employment. Anyway, I'll be returning home shortly. We can discuss this later.
One last time, I'm going to check in with you. The other day, I enumerated all the grievances that people have brought up against you. Do I have it correct that you don't intend to change your attitude and behavior?
Oh my god, are you still bringing that up? I told you that I hadn't done anything, and now you're being extremely obnoxious. Grandma liked you too much, so you should stop talking.
It's horrible that you haven't taken any action. This is a place of labor. You must finish the task that has been given to you. You should also modify the way you behave toward your other employees. Be more respectful to them.
You are incredibly tenacious and stupid.
According to what I've heard, you haven't finished any of your recent assignments. Really, do you believe that's acceptable? We all need to work to pay our bills now that we are grown-ups and no longer in school.
I find it incomprehensible that you would want to correct me.
What exactly did you say? A person like me? Do you fail to comprehend that? Since I am your boss, I am in a position far above you.
Acting so haughtily once more. When you were only a high school dropout, how are you able to say this to me? Wouldn't you be able to raise my pay if you were actually my manager?
Are you serious when you ask?
For someone like me, $2,000 a month is way too little. I earned my university degree. But for a high school dropout like you, $2,000 should be sufficient. You really need to quit playing games and pay me what I deserve, since I need a lot more money to live the life I want. Give me a raise if you're going to treat me like way.
I'm not trying to boss you about, and you never pay attention to anything I have to say anyhow.
Are you certain that you approve of my leaving now? You should definitely utilize your limited mental capacity and give this some considerable thought. You cannot risk losing a distinguished university graduate like myself. I'm not asking you to do this, I'm demanding that you do it if you want me to continue earning double my present pay.
If that's the case, I'll have to let you go.
What exactly did you say to me just now? You can't be serious, can you?
I've tried so many times in the past to protect you, but I'm giving up now. I understand that you won't ever alter your attitude or actions for the better. I'm terminating you because we don't need someone like you working for us. Could you please complete the necessary papers in the Human Resources office tomorrow? If you want to get your last salary, you should pay attention to what they have to say.
What are you referring to? Are you serious about any of this? You guys can't possibly afford to terminate me. Some sort of joke must be going on here.
It almost seemed like he wanted to get fired, so this isn't even a joke. You threatened to stop working every day. Additionally, your coworkers are tired of you. The finest choice has been made for the department as a whole. We cannot afford to pay someone who does nothing $2,000 a month. The value of you is not even $2,000. I can't believe you tried to get me to increase your pay by 2 times.
Why you are even telling me this? I have no idea. In any case, you lack this type of power. You can't just fire me like that.
Do you not realize that I am the department's vice president as a whole? I have the right to let you go.
Wait. You're the vice president, right?
When I initially gave you this position, I believed Edric had already told this to you. I assume you weren't listening since you were probably looking at your phone. Together with a few other pals, I founded this business. Since the beginning, I have been here. I have a great deal of power over you.
You must be lying, right? You cannot possibly be a high school dropout with such immense power.
You know I said it doesn't matter. With enough effort and hard work, anyone can succeed, even someone like myself who dropped out of high school. In fact, one of our guiding principles is to refrain from making decisions about people based only on their academic qualifications. We prioritize diligence and commitment over academic credentials. That is among the factors that allowed me to hire you. Despite being 27 years old and a recent university graduate, your resume is entirely blank. You lack any more job experience. It was because of our policies that you were able to work here.
You're giving off the impression that I wouldn't be desired elsewhere.
Sincerely, if Edric hadn't asked me, we never would have allowed you to work here. You were quite fortunate. You ought to give your brother credit for this chance. It seemed as though Edric had grown tired of trying to help you. From now on, I have to deal with you either as your boss or as your sister-in-law.
Hold on a second, please. Why has this only started happening now? I just requested a little rise in my current pay. I was let go without a job. That is not feasible. I mistakenly believed that you all wanted me to work here. I have a full-time job. How could I already be fired? This cannot be done.
In truth, you don't even have a full-time job. You only began working with us a short time ago, not even 5 months. Your trial period is still in effect.
Now what? Period of trial?
To determine whether we genuinely wanted you to work here full-time, we put you through a test. We're pleased we held off on offering you a full-time contract at first.
I'm about to be fired, so is there anything I can do to prevent it? I currently can't afford to lose my source of income. For the first time, I was able to land a job with a legitimate business.
What are you referring to? You were hardly doing any work at all. We truly don't need workers who can't do the tasks that have been given to them. You weren't only inept, but you had a terrible attitude toward other people. Right now, I don't think any employer would want to hire you. At least have the work ethic and abilities to support your constant arrogance.
Okay, I'll admit it, I was perhaps a touch too haughty. I'm sorry for how I treated the others. Please don't let me get fired right now. If I lose my job, I'm going to have a lot of problems.
Yes, I am aware that you will have problems. According to what I've heard, gas station jobs are impossible to obtain even part-time.
I believe that most businesses would consider your conceited attitude and foul nature to be a major red flag.
You also lack any professional experience. Your resume only fills half a page. You have only ever had part-time employment, and you are almost 30 years old. I find it incredulous that you continue to extol your university degree. That incident occurred approximately 4 years ago.
You don't really intend to fire me, do you? Louisa, I am your in-law's sister. We are essentially a family. Please take action to prevent my termination. I never anticipated that this would occur to me. Better algae starting tomorrow, I guarantee. Everything wrong with me can be fixed. I'll listen if you tell me what to do, I assure you.
You can't possibly change, in my opinion. There are simply way too many issues with you. It's not feasible for you to overnight change for the better. Everyone else agrees that after your trial time, we shouldn't hire you. I'm powerless to change anything, and nobody wants you here.
Hold on a second, please. Take a look at what I have to say. My parents would throw me out of the house if I lose this job. I have nowhere else to go if it occurs. I'm unsure of where to live and what to do. Where should I go?
What you should do is beyond my knowledge. You can solve the problem on your own. The predicament you find yourself in today is all your fault. Your work ethic may be tough to alter, but your attitude toward other people ought to be simple. That would be a fantastic location for you to begin. You need to start showing far more consideration for other people.
Don't leave me like this, please. You are my in-law's sister. Why are you treating me like this?
I'm actually no longer going to be your sister-in-law. Edric and I have made the decision to end any communication with you. Our family no longer includes you. We've had enough of dealing with you. We did all we could to assist you, yet all you did was belittle and humiliate us.
We don't want to interact with you right now. Please stop contacting me at this time.
Oh my God, tell me if this is truly occurring to me. Tell me this is only a nightmare, please. I want to be awake now.
What are you referring to? You are completely awake. This is not a dream.
My life is in disarray. I'm really sorry, and I regret everything I did.
Well, good luck in your search for a new position. You will require it. Nellie, I need you to explain this.
What I don't know and don't understand at all.
You really don't know, or are you trying to hide something?
I don't have to argue with you.
Did you sell your company's secrets to a competitor?
I don't know that, because you are not careful about the security of information, not me. Your family has cut ties with me, so don't tell me what I can sell to a rival company.
Do not forget that you still hold the company's projects, and those projects the company has information in hand. Nellie, did you do this just to sabotage the company?
So what did you and your family do know to me? You pushed me to a dead end, telling Edric to disconnect my relationship.
So you review your actions and attitudes at work. We have supported you a lot.
So what? If you tell me you are vice president but you refuse to help me.
That's not how you should treat us, Nellie. Can you imagine what you're doing?
I won't have any problem. The competing company said it would protect me.
LOL, who are you telling that joke to? They will never protect you, Nellie. You trust them too much. See you in court. I already have proof for you of my actions. I gave Nellie a chance, but she didn't realize how horrible her actions were. The court has issued an arrest warrant for her because of the lawsuit filed by the company. It all happened quickly. She was jailed for 11 years for selling company information. Seems like I guess she doesn't know her fault because she's always scolding and saying that she's not guilty.
Leo was severely bullied during high school, but when she entered university and escaped from that troublesome school, he made an effort to study and unleash all the potential that had been suppressed before. Eventually, he graduated and became a CEO in a leading technology corporation in the United States. Incidentally, the one who bullied Leo at high school met her in the interview job. The setting takes place in a bustling office. Leo is sitting at the interview room which serves as CEO. Nat enters the room and so surprised when she met Leo there, but her attitude still bossy as ever.
Please welcome the next interviewee.
Number 611.
Hi! You look so pronated. Did we met each other before?
Wow, is that you, Nat? I'm so surprising meeting you here. We were in the same class at high school. I strongly advise against using any offensive language toward me, as there may be consequence.
Wow, haha, look how successful you are. But you still look stupid as you were in that time. The loser had no friend at high school just because you're poor and ugly. Today to be in 10 days today, how do you do? Sleeping with the president of this company or paying money for that? Haha, it must be the first one cause everyone know you're poor.
I strongly advise against using any offensive language toward me, as there may be consequence. This is the professional environment.
Haha, I guess you must actually be a CEO. You're really transformed from a person I remember. It's hilarious.
I'm very surprised to meet you at this interview after so many years. But I see you didn't change anything, right? Do you want to continue the interview? Or I will kick you out of this room.
Yes, of course, I want this job. I was so sure you'd be sitting at home living off welfare or something. I mean, who would hire a person like you? You don't have both physical appearance and intelligence. What's a pity?
Nat, stop before you lose the chance to have a job. You're taken out of my mouth. I see you write in your CV that you never went to college and you started working right after high school. So what aspects you think you have to work in our company?
Yes, I didn't go to college. I think it's a waste of time. Because I have no experience, after graduated, I worked as a waitress and later started working at a downtown bar. Anyway, I want to have a position in human resources of this company.
So why do you think that work benefit for this position? Do you see any connection to get into our company?
OMG, that's wise question. I have never seen that aspects of you, haha.
I will distinguish with work in the past so you and reassure of answering my question. And please serious because there are so many people are waiting after you.
I see you still lose your temper easily, just like before. After graduated from school, what have you done?
After I got rid of you and that terrible school, I studied hardly and took the SAT test. After that I was retained by the university to become the teacher of that company. But I felt I can't go for being a teacher, so I left and found many new chances. I have worked in 2 other countries before working here, and I find that this company is my home and I can't lose the chance to work here. Things are going well for me these days.
Wow, your life happens like a dream. That's really admirable. Good for you, by the way.
What do you mean?
Think about it, Leo. Since you left school because of me, you had no purpose of life and these times you're really hopeless. And because of that, you have motivation and also greed. You got smarter and went to the university. So in a weird way, your current happiness is all thanks to me bullying you back then, right?
I don't think you're right. I succeeded in spite of you, not because of you. You made me haunt by my student time. Perhaps that time must be the most beautiful time in one's life. You seem not have any guilty with the things you have done, not only with me, but also with so many students.
Why should I feel guilty about it? Didn't you understand what I just said? You shall be thanking me.
I see you only look at things from your own perspective, as per usual. You never change your mind. Our company is quite selective with new hires. They only accept individuals with the right qualification or those who were high achievers in university.
Neither, but don't worry about it. As you said, I'm using my connections to get this job, so qualifications and all that doesn't matter.
I sure am lucky to have met someone from this company. What do you mean? Having connections is one, but if you can meet our demand and can't present well at work, we'll be sacked of soon. Because it's not easy to join and long live in our workplace. You won, Be hired unless you seem like someone who can benefit the company, and the competition among new recruits is fierce. So what's really going on here?
Don't worry about me. I'll figure out what I'm supposed to do once I start working there. The interviews seem like the conversation between two friends than between an interviewer and interviewee. Besides, I already knew I was going to pass with flying colors, so I had nothing to worry about in the first.
Why are you so confident anyway? If you make a bad impression, you won't get hired, you know.
Why are you asking too much, Leo? There are so many ways to have position in this company. You know some important lesson about being a woman? Once you know how to play with a man's heart, life become a walk in the park. The truth is, those guys in human resources are more just regular customers, if you catch my drift. No one can resist my womanly charms. Once I found that out, I was able to blackmail him into getting me a job. Impressive, right?
What? That's illegal, you know.
You're so tolerant, my friend. You know that the way the world works. Reality taught me a lesson that you should use anyway, even it's illegal, to climb a ladder. To have a good position this harvest society.
There are boundaries in this world that you shouldn't cross, you know. And besides, if you entered the company that way and can't actually do the job, you're just going to get fired when people find out.
You still take things way too seriously. This is cracking me up, haha.
I still have my principles, unlike some other people.
Did you develop these personality traits while you were in college?
Please listen to me, Nat. It's just help you at the beginning, then everything come to zero.
Your responsibility is implement your senior's command and lets me join the company. More importantly, if I do get into the company, will you be my coworker?
No, I'd be your superior. You know I'm the one who decides you can go to work or not. Don't break the rule and prove your potential for me.
Why you're so tailbearing? Moreover, I'm not taking orders from someone I bullied into dropping out of high school. No way. I will do some tricks to let you quit. I made you quit school once, and I can make you quit your job.
Don't make things worse, Nat. This is Leo. What do you want to say? If you call me to accept letting Nat working in our company with no experience and no skill in this term, you shouldn't tell me anything. And to make it clear, I will leave the company if you resist hiring that woman.
Why do you have to reject that CV?
You know the past, I was bullied in high school. Now I'm still obsessed with that. And do you know who bullied me? It's Nat. Yes, you didn't mishear Dawn. That's her.
OMG, that terrible. I'm shocked.
And she also tell me about your relationship with her. You permit Nat working here?
I'm so sorry to get you met your hurt again. I didn't know about her past. I just see her as a friendly girl and she have many skill that are appreciate to this position. I will think about my decision again.
You should do that. If not, you will lose a proficient coworker that I can affirm that you can't find anyone else better than me. As a person responsible for conducting interviews and making hiring decisions, I would like to understand your reason. If you want to convince me to accept that CV.
I suppose she might be feeling threatened or jealous. Nat is young and attractive.
No, I'm not familiar with what you're suggesting. There are so many available candidates who are much more professional than her. I know Nat have connection with you, so you won't bring her to our company, but you must look at the benefit.
To be honest, I found her to be an interesting person. I believe in her communication skills. Moreover, she has a good sense of humor. I think you can't deny that, right?
I see, Dawn. I understand that you hold the responsibility for new hires and also you have a view to evaluate a person. It's been 2 years since I started working with you and you never made me disappointed. I will consider about her attitude and then decide if I let her work or not.
Thank you for working so professional. I'm so grateful because you can see my possibility of evaluating people.
Yes, I'm equal and didn't put my own to the benefit of our company. That's the professional way of working of the Real CEO.
I'm so proud of you, like the way you believe in my choice.
I have just had a short conversation with one of the people who are take charge of recruiting.
Haha, it's me to looking forward to making you jobless.
Nat, I don't want to have any bad word with you, so don't cross the line one more time.
You must have conversation with Don, the one that I have connection to request him let me working in this company.
But it's not that easy.
What do you mean?
He is not the one who can decide to choose candidates. Me and another team will consider. And now I have to see your attitude to reach the decision.
Am I still hired?
I worked for this company many years and I realize that your personality is the one we choose. Because skills can be trained but personality can't. Attitude can decide anything, you know?
Wow, you're more professional than I think. But Don said that I can sign at the contract working for this company.
Did you hear what I just said? As the head of human resources and the CEO of this company, I have the authority to veto his decisions. I have the final say on who joins the company.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Since we're friends and all, you'll hire me, right?
Friends? I don't recall us being friends. Anyway, I've decided to hire someone else for the position. Better luck next time.
Wait, you can't do that. You're just trying to intimidate me, aren't you? This is a lie, right?
Of course not. Why would I lie about something like this?
Please give me a chance.
Be honest, who you sleep with in this company to request for working here?
No, I didn't do that. I just said that to make you angry. The truth is that I met Don in the gym, we have a good conversation and he said his company have a very appropriate position for me. That's all. And I didn't know anyone else except Don. There's been a misunderstanding.
Don't make things up. It's too late for you to try and get out of this. You're going to come to the office, apologize to anyone whom you hurt, and then you'll have to pay legal fees. Blackmail is a crime, you know.
I'll come and apologize, I promise. Please don't take me to court. I'm just a humble bartender. I can't afford a lawyer. Many of them get sued.
I don't care if you can afford it or not. You're going to pay the money. You need to understand that you committed a real crime. Not only you treat on the interview but also you send the blackmail.
No, come on! There must be some kind of mistake. These things can happen, right?
You might have made some mistakes, but what you did goes beyond that.
I'll apologize as much as you want, some. I'll be in trouble if you don't start working full-time soon. The truth is, I spent all my money on my boyfriend and ended up in a lot of debt.
How stupid can you be? That's a problem you created for yourself. It has nothing to do with anything.
That's why I'm trying to get a job. I heard your company pays well, so I thought I should ask Don to help me get a position here.
What's a pity? Do you think that's the karma you have to suffer from because of the bad things you do in the past?
I have hurted many people in both mental and physical health. I have nightmare about that problem and I want to apologize to everyone. Please, I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't get this job. I have a debt collection agency after me. This is very serious.
But you still have to take charge of this. The bad things you bring to your friends is the injury that will follow them all their life.
Yes, I know that. Leo, I owe you an apology. I was the terrible person in high school, and I deeply regret how I treated you.
So why you act like you didn't change when you see me at first?
Because of my self-esteem, I didn't met you for a long time, and when I saw you here, I feel so ashamed. That's the one I bullied in high school now is my senior. I'm too worthless cause through the time, I'm still that Perry's son, not have any positive change. I'm regret but I don't know how to say with you. So I was acting like a newborn baby. I'm so sorry.
If you are enough brave, you can discard your self-esteem.
Yes, I know that was the different time of all people that I bullied. That time should have been the most wonderful time of one life. But I made it the terrible time that all of you can forget about it. I won't beg for forgive, but I hope everyone can be successful like you. If not, I will live with guilty all my life.
I'm happy for you 'cause you realized you're guilty and gradually become a good person. I just remind you that, be brave to admit your mistake and then you can live without any worry.
Yes, thank you. I had a lot of soul searching after high school. I realized the pain I caused. And it weighed heavily on me. I will spend year trying to become a better person.
Nat, I appreciate your honesty. I've learned to forgive too, but I think it will take time. But I will give you a change to work in our company, and through this time I will watching you. If I can see your effort, we can become friend. And I think it can bring much benefit to our company 'cause we can assist to each other.
Really? What do you say? You let me in your company?
Yes, of course. But you must let me see your change and a good attitude.
Of course, I will try my best. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful, Leo, you are so generous. Now I know why you can climb the ladder and become the CEO of this company. You're so tolerant and kind. That must be what people need in a CEO.
Thank you.
Thank you. I realize the importance of empathy and understanding. I think I should learn more and don't be looked down to study. It's important to all aspects of our life.
That's admirable. As for me, the bullying experience motivated me to become a counselor, and I want to help others who faced similar challenges.
I wish I can come back to that time and treat you with kindness instead. I truly regret the pain I caused you.
Apology accepted. The past is the past, but we will have many new opportunity now to foster a positive working relationship. Nat, your work ethic and dedication are impressive. You've come a long way since high school. I'm proud of the progress you've made.
Thank you, Leo. Your guidance and support mean a lot to me. I want to be a better person, not just for myself, but for those around me.
Redemption is possible for anyone willing to change. I believe in second chances, and I see that you're committed to personal growth.
It's time we move forward and leave the past firmly behind us. Let's focus on creating positive work environment for everyone here.
Agreed, Nat. Let's lead by example and ensure that no one else experiences the pain we went through. We have the power to make difference.
Good afternoon, Stella. I'm Gregory, your neighbor. I noticed that you've been parking your car and having barbecues on the vacant lot next to my property.
Hi, Gregory. What's up with you? Are you being too serious already? It's just that the lot looks abandoned and we didn't know who owned it.
Well, it is mine. And I'd appreciate it if you would stop parking and having barbecues there without my permission.
Oh, come on, it's just an empty space, so I'll park it.
That's no excuse. You should have asked around or done some research before using someone else's property. And now that you know, please stop.
Why should I stop parking there? It's just a vacant lot, and I don't see any signs that say it belongs to you.
Actually, that land belongs to me, and I'd appreciate it if you stopped parking there without my permission.
I don't believe you. I only see a vacant lot with no indication that it belongs to you.
Look, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just asking you to respect my property rights and stop parking there. Even if there are no signs or notices, you should ask someone else, not park your car on your own.
Well, I don't see any harm in parking there. It's not like I'm damaging anything.
That's not the point, Stella. It's my property, and you have no right to use it without my permission. I've had enough of this argument. Please stop parking there, or I'll have to take further action.
Fine, if that's how you want to be. But I don't think you have the right to tell me where I can and can't park.
It's not about me telling you what to do. It's about respecting my property rights. I hope we can resolve this amicably.
Don't overdo it. I don't see the harm in parking here. It's not like I'm damaging anything.
It's not just about damage. It's about respecting other people's property and their rights. If you continue to park here without my permission, I will have to take legal action.
You can't do that. I have the right to park where I want.
Not on my property, you don't. And if you think you can rally your friends to fight me on this, then you're mistaken. This is a matter of principle, and I won't back down.
I don't see why you have to be so difficult about it.
It's not about being difficult. It's about standing up for my rights and my property. I hope you understand that. Moreover, you also hold a barbecue there.
Yeah, it's a small party.
That's not all. After the party, I found a mountain of trash left behind. I had to tell the cleaning staff to come and clean up, and I still have bills to pay.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So, can I apologize?
I don't think that's fair, Stella. You threw the party, and it was your responsibility to clean up after yourself. I had nothing to do with it, so I think you should pay the entire cleaning bill.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry, okay? That's enough for all and without parking part.
We need to talk about the mess you left after your barbecue party last weekend. It caused a stir in the whole neighborhood. You should take a look at yourself.
Oh, fine. What do you want from me? I don't see why it's such a big deal. We just had a small party. I don't see anything that you've been complaining about all this time. Is that all?
It's a big deal because you left behind a mountain of trash that I had to tell the cleaning staff to clean up. And now, I have to pay for the entire cleaning bill.
That's not my problem. You should have cleaned it up yourself since it's your property.
It's not my responsibility to clean up after your mess. You should have kept the place clean in the first place.
That's not true. You're exaggerating the situation. I'm not going to pay for anything.
Well, I'm sorry, right? But I can't just let this go. I'll have to report this to the police if you refuse to pay.
Fine, go ahead and report me. I don't care. I won't pay for something that's not my responsibility.
That's really disappointing, Stella. As your neighbor, I thought we could come to a mutual agreement, but it seems like that's not possible.
I guess not. You can do whatever you want.
Your actions infringed upon my property rights, and I have enough evidence to support my claim.
Oh, really? Well, I'll have you know that my husband Bevis is a well-known lawyer. If you want to involve the police, go ahead, but he'll be ready to defend me.
Stella, I understand that your husband is a lawyer, but that doesn't change the fact that you violated my rights. I have documented evidence of the damage caused.
You think you have enough evidence to challenge me? I doubt it. You can try, but I'm not easily intimidated.
Stella, I don't want this to escalate further, but I will not back down either. I have gathered enough proof to show that you were responsible for the damages.
Wait, Gregory, let's not rush into this. Maybe we can find a middle ground. I understand that I might have caused some trouble, but it's not entirely my fault.
Finally, you're willing to discuss this reasonably. Look, Stella, I don't want to ruin our neighborly relationship, but the cost of the cleanup is significant. I believe it's fair for you to accept a portion of that responsibility.
Okay, I agree. I will accept a small part of the cost, but only because I don't want things to escalate any further. Let's find a fair resolution.
What? A small part of the cost? Too funny. I understand that you believe you're responsible enough for the littering. I don't see it that way. It's not just about taking a small part of the cost for the cleanup. The issue here is about respecting each other's property and being accountable for our actions.
Gregory, I've heard your complaints about me parking in your garden without permission, and I apologize for that. That's okay? You've said it so many times, I've heard it too much. However, I believe I am taking responsibility by agreeing to contribute a portion of the cleanup cost. I don't see why that wouldn't be fair.
Stella, I appreciate your acknowledgement of the parking issue, but it's not just about the financial aspect. By parking in my garden without permission, you've consistently disregarded my property rights. It's not only an inconvenience, but also a violation of the mutual trust between neighbors.
Okay, Gregory. I know I threw a party on the property, right? But when it comes to the littering, I don't believe it's solely my fault. There were other people present at the party, and they should share some responsibility as well.
Those are her friends, Stella. You need to take responsibility for your mistakes. As the host of the party, you bear the primary responsibility for ensuring cleanliness and maintaining a respectful environment. While others may have contributed to the littering, it ultimately falls on you to oversee and address the situation. Simply accepting a small part of the cleanup cost doesn't fully acknowledge your responsibility.
I feel that you're being too hard on me, Gregory. I've admitted my mistake and offered to contribute financially. I don't see why you're insisting on making me solely responsible for the littering. It's unjust.
Stella, fairness goes beyond just financial contributions. I think it's best for you to pay the full bill, end this story, and stop parking next to my car.
Okay, fine.
Stella!
Oh, who are you? My neighbor, Gregory. What bothers you so early in the morning?
You must know what I'm talking about, Stella.
Oh man, I can't remember too well. I've been busy lately, my friend.
Stella, I'm really frustrated with the situation. I've reminded you several times about parking on my property, and yet you and your friends continue to do so.
Oh, so what? You have to find them. I don't know about this. Or do you open a parking space? My friend will definitely support you a lot.
This is not a joke, Stella. I'm very upset by your actions. It's not just your car, but multiple vehicles that are occupying my land. Why haven't you taken any action?
Oh, Gregory. I'm really so sorry. I've been on a trip to Hawaii, and it's been really hectic. I didn't have the time to check my messages or deal with the parking issue. I apologize for any inconvenience caused. Okay?
I understand you were on a trip, but that doesn't excuse the fact that you've allowed your friends to park on my property for 2 days now. It's affecting my ability to use my own land. I'm growing increasingly frustrated with this situation.
I thought that since I was away, it wouldn't have a significant impact on you. I let it slide for a while, thinking it wouldn't bother you much. It doesn't take up much of your land, does it?
This is not something to be taken lightly. It's been 2 days, and your cars, along with your friends' cars, have completely covered my land. It's unacceptable for you to dismiss it as if it has no effect on me. I've given you until this afternoon to respond and take action. If you don't, I will have to handle it in my own way.
Why are you trying to make things so stressful? It's just a little story. Was out of town, and I didn't anticipate the situation would escalate to this extent. Don't you think you're worth it?
Stella, I've been patient enough. It's time to prioritize resolving this matter. If you fail to take immediate action, I will be left with no choice but to take matters into my own hands. I hope it doesn't come to that, but I cannot continue to be inconvenienced by the parking situation any longer.
All right, I'll text them then.
I think you read and understood very well what we said at the beginning of the story, right? You're smarter than I thought, aren't you? Stella, I'm willing to give you a bit more time, but I want you to understand that this is affecting me and my use of the property. Please take it seriously and take immediate action. I hope we can resolve this matter amicably and avoid any further conflicts between us as neighbors.
Fine.
All day, I waited for a long time but got no response from Stella, and the cars were still parked outside. So maybe I should do what needs to be done.
Gregory, have you locked all the wheels of the cars parked on your property? This is causing trouble for all my friends who are parking there.
Yes, Stella, I did lock the wheels of those cars. Your friends were parking on my property without permission, despite my repeated warnings. It's unfortunate that they now have to face the consequences of their actions. You don't have to be too frustrated about this. It is what it is.
Gregory, are you crazy or something? Why would you behave like that? My friends are just parking there temporarily, and now they're questioning me because of what you did.
Stella, it's important for you to understand that your friends were trespassing on my property. They disregarded my warnings and showed a lack of respect. Locking the wheels was a minor measure to protect my rights, and it's not an excessive reaction.
Well, I think you're overreacting, Gregory. You are behaving irrationally. Now I have to deal with questions from my friends because of your actions.
Stella, I believe it's essential for you to take responsibility for the actions of your friends. They parked on my property without permission, and it's their behavior that caused this situation. It's a minor inconvenience compared to the disregard for my property rights.
Gregory, I can't believe you're acting like this. You're making such a big deal out of it. You're crazy or something. It's not like it has to be done.
Stella, I'm not being crazy. I'm simply standing up for my rights as a property owner. I warned you multiple times about parking on my property without permission, but you didn't respect my words. It's important for you to understand the consequences of your actions.
Well, it's not fair that I'm being questioned by my friends because of you. They're asking me why you're behaving like this. Can't you just let it go?
Stella, I have a right to protect my property and enforce the rules that come with it. Your friends were trespassing and disregarding my warnings. It's not a minor problem when someone repeatedly disrespects my boundaries. I consider it an issue worth addressing.
You're blowing this out of proportion, Gregory. It's just a parking issue. I can't believe you're causing such drama over it. You should learn to let things go and not make a big fuss.
Stella, it's not about causing drama. It's about setting boundaries and ensuring that my rights as a property owner are respected. If you're being questioned by your friends, it's because they realize they were in the wrong. I suggest you have an honest conversation with them about the importance of respecting other people's property.
Well, I still think you're overreacting, Gregory. But fine, if it means so much to you, I'll talk to my friends and make sure they understand. But don't expect me to agree with you completely.
Do you really think that? I just heard a good story from Stella's friend. You've been collecting money from your friends for parking on my property. This is unacceptable. I have proof, Stella. Your friend showed me the bill, and I even have pictures of the entire incident.
Gregory, it was just a misunderstanding. My friend must have misunderstood the situation. I didn't ask them to pay for parking on your property.
Stella, I find it hard to believe that it was just a misunderstanding. Your friend showed me the bill with a clear mention of payment for parking on your property. This is a violation of my rights as a homeowner. It needs to be addressed.
I understand your frustration, Gregory. I will make sure to send the money back to you. It was never my intention to cause any trouble.
Returning the money is not enough, Stella. This goes beyond a simple refund. I need assurance that this won't happen again. I don't want to be disturbed by your friends parking on my property. I expect respect and privacy in my own home. Do you think I need your money like that?
I apologize, Gregory. I will ensure that my friends understand the situation and will make it clear that they are not allowed to park on your property anymore. I genuinely regret this situation.
Stella, I have given you numerous chances to rectify this situation, but you continuously disregarded my warnings. I cannot overlook your actions any longer.
Gregory, I am genuinely sorry for what I've done. I didn't realize the gravity of the situation until now. I will take full responsibility and pay for the cleaning bill. I promise I will stop this action immediately.
Stella, I appreciate your apology and willingness to take responsibility, but it's more than just the cleaning bill now. It's about respecting boundaries and being a considerate neighbor. I cannot ignore the fact that you continued this behavior despite being warned.
Please, Gregory, I'm begging you. I promise I've learned my lesson. I will do whatever it takes to make it right. Reporting this to the police will only bring more trouble and ruin my family.
Stella, I understand your fears, but it's important to address the issue at hand. Your actions have consequences, and I can no longer overlook them. I will not make a hasty decision, but I need you to understand the severity of this situation.
Gregory, please give me one more chance. I will rectify everything, and I will make sure to respect your property and privacy from now on. I can't afford to lose my family over this.
I empathize with your situation, but I can't guarantee anything at this point. I need to consider what's best for the community as well. I will take some time to think about it, but please understand that your actions have had a significant impact on our relationship as neighbors.
I will do everything in my power to make amends and regain your trust. I truly apologize for the trouble I've caused, and I hope we can find a way to resolve this without involving the authorities. Please, don't call the police. My husband will know about this.
I've decided to report this to the police and file a lawsuit, Stella. Don't hope any longer. I have reminded you so many times already. Wait for the court order. Isn't your husband a famous lawyer? You can ask your husband to do the procedure. For the next week, I no longer receive texts from Stella. The previous piece is returned, no more noise from cars in front of the house or garbage from parties. Then I suddenly received a text from Stella's husband, Bevis.
Hello, nice to meet you, Mr. Gregory. I'm Bevis. I'm sure you've heard of my wife Stella about me.
It's nice to meet you too. I appreciate your friendly greeting, but I must admit that I've been dealing with quite a challenging situation with Stella. Her actions have caused a lot of disruption and frustration for me.
Gregory, I apologize for not being aware of what Stella has been doing until now. I had no idea that she was bothering and influencing you like this. I'm truly sorry for any inconvenience it may have caused you.
Thank you, Bevis. It's been a difficult time, and I appreciate your understanding. Stella's actions have indeed been disruptive, and it's taken a toll on our neighborly relationship.
I completely understand, Gregory. It's important to maintain a peaceful and respectful environment in our neighborhood. I want to assure you that I will talk to Stella and address her behavior. We will do everything we can to make things right.
I appreciate your willingness to take responsibility for Stella's actions, Bevis. It means a lot to me that you're willing to intervene and find a solution. I've been considering legal action due to the extent of the issues caused by Stella's behavior.
I understand, Gregory, and I apologize on behalf of our family. We never intended for things to escalate to this point. We genuinely want to find a solution that satisfies you and restores harmony in the neighborhood.
Bevis, I need some time to think about this. I'm exhausted from dealing with the situation, and I want to carefully consider the best course of action. Proceedings. If your family is willing to make amends and ensure that such incidents won't happen again, then perhaps we can find a resolution that avoids legal.
I appreciate your consideration, Gregory. I assure you that we are committed to resolving this matter and preventing any further disruptions. We want to regain your trust and restore a peaceful environment in our neighborhood. Please let us know how we can make amends and find a solution that satisfies you.
I will take your words into consideration, Bevis. It's important for me to see a genuine effort from your family to rectify the situation. I hope we can find common ground and reach an agreement that benefits everyone involved.
Thank you, Gregory. I will talk to Stella, and we will take the necessary steps to address the issues and make amends. I truly hope we can resolve this matter and avoid any further conflicts.
I appreciate your understanding, Bevis. Let's work together to find a resolution that brings peace and harmony back to our life.
Thank you so much. I hope you can consider my suggestion.
I will. After a month of thinking, I decided to withdraw the lawsuit. Bevis took the initiative to meet and thank me for this decision. Sometime later, the Bevis and Stella family also moved to another town.